Hello everybody and welcome to this review of Dusk Maiden of Amnesia. Dusk Maiden of Amnesia, also we can say in Japanese, Tasagore Otome X Amnesia. It's made by Square Enix, responsible for Dark and Black, Durarara, Final Fantasy, Fullmetal Alchemist, and many others, also games and all sort of stuff. They made a lot of stuff. They made it in collaboration with Sentai Filmworks, responsible for Angel Beats and other Clannad Gintama Keion High School of the Dead. The genre of this anime would be mystery, horror, romance, and shonen. It consists of one season of 12 episodes of 24 minutes and one sequel episode of 24 minutes, which is basically rubbish. You don't really have to watch it. I don't recommend it at all. Alright, the first thing to say is that you'll find a lot of body exposure here, which is followed by fanservice elements, and I think that fanservice might be good when it's limited to a certain degree. They almost made it balanced so that the fanservice was almost good, but even though I would get rid of it. The most important thing in this plot is love. The one that cannot exist. My favorite kind of love in romance plots. When people think about the present, forgetting or not thinking about what can happen in future, about the consequences of what they are doing now. Unlike any other anime, this one uses a lot of physical subjects, erotic subjects to be exact, in an interesting way. The way of desire and the way of not being touched by anybody for years, which makes you want to be touched everywhere when you meet somebody. When you meet somebody that can touch you, you just want to be touched and feel that you are alive. It's interesting. Unfortunately, a lot of times the vibe around it is destroyed, and that is, to be exact, disappointing. It's also a mystery story about vengeance and grief. It's also a story about people's souls and feelings, and negative feelings actually. And it's also a story of simple students in their weird world. Alright, let's begin the scores. So let's start with the vibe. And okay, vibe, I do like it, especially with all the things they did to make this vibe special, with all the art and music. Pretty good. I'm gonna describe that in another elements of the video. But I am so disappointed, so disappointed. The thing is that this series can make you feel a bunch of real emotions. It makes you experience the pitiful sadness of this romance. It shows you how people can crazily do something that even though was their decision, will have bad consequences, and they were not fully responsible for what happened because it was an impulse. It was a thing that they did on impulse and they couldn't resist it. It also shows how people can live freely, focusing on the present and the emotions that are with them at the very moment. And then they just destroy it. They destroy the whole good thing. They ruin everything with fun service, with unnecessary comedy bits, with pointless dialogues that won't even contribute to the vibe or plot, or even like random events that are not corresponding to anything, just ruins everything. It is disappointing, very disappointing. The authors tried to be outstanding, and yet they wanted to remain in the mainstream, and that doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And so the vibe was good, but at times it got ruined as fuck. This anime would be so much better without these unnecessary scenes and comedy. Because I hate when they try to make body subjects and erotic subjects so serious and then they laugh about it. Choose one side and keep talking and keep doing things on that one side. And answer yourself which side is better. Choose it and minimize the usage of the other side. And that is the good way of making things. Art style. And this is a point, that's a point for this anime. Like, it's pretty. It's damn pretty. First of all the art style is apt up. The animation quality is great. I love the looks for Yuko-san so much. You can obviously see that she's fucking beautiful. But what is outstanding about it is that they managed to make people that should be original. They happen to master the way of making characters with a great look. Even when you compare main characters, you can easily notice which of these are made to be glorious and just amazingly beautifully looking, and which are made to look pitiful or just bad. Yeah. The next thing that I liked were the little touches of screen transitions. They made it differently in a way of designing how to show talking scenes. There's a lot of talking there, so they would make you busy with all the arts, backgrounds, and little boxes around to keep you more interested and involved in the screen section. Moreover, they masterfully used that in important scenes in the series, managing to make them more enjoyable and basically better and involving. So you would just not forget them so easily, and they stay in mind. Alright, music. Voice acting. The opening is not one of the best, I must say, but soundtrack cooperates with the series in a great combo. You can obviously hear that in the background. I like that authors would make a soundtrack that was only used in one scene. That worked really nicely, because it was new and you could feel more emotions in that certain scene. And believe me, that scene is fucking great. It's awesome. It's ideally composed to the genre, mystery, horror, romance, and you can obviously hear that too now in the background. Alright, storyline. The storyline is not as interesting as you would think. There is some grim story behind it. Oh, yeah, there is some grim story behind it. But the thing is that the way towards the revealing of the story is pretty boring. It could have been better. But I do recommend the storyline and the whole series for one big scene, one big moment, and this one big moment is one of the best scenes in animes ever made and I ever seen. You embrace such emotions while watching it, and it's worth watching the whole series through for just this one scene, this one experience. You will notice which scene I am talking about, and there is my best advice for you. I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna say this. Turn off your media player after that scene. Don't watch it till the end, and don't watch the other sequel episode. You can do whatever, that is my honest advice for you. I'm not gonna say more. You can probably deduce what I have in mind by saying what I just said. You probably can. And well, the conclusion, I'm just gonna say it's not one of the best animes out there. It's pretty average with a good bunch of outstanding elements to it. The plot sums up to a great scene, which I liked, but unfortunately, authors, while trying to be outstanding, they forcefully stood in the mainstream. And that ruined them. It wrecked them apart. This anime would have been so much better if only they stuck to one idea for this series. But I did like it. I did like it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was the review of Dusk Maiden of Amnesia. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments if you watched it or if you will watch it. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to hit that like button and subscribe. Stay indie, stay awesome. Bye.